chase misprinted lies. We face the path of time, and yet I fight, and yet I fight this battle all alone. No one to cry to, no place to call home. Gift of self is privacy is raped, and yet I find repeating in my head, if that can't be my own, I'll be better dead. Welcome to The Wandering Bard. I am Jeremy Grafe. As you might have guessed, I'm going to be playing, well, a little bit different of a track list than what we've played lately. It's fun playing all the cool early music that has influenced me, but I think tonight is a night to play some of the rock that was an influence on me long before I knew who Blondell was. So, we're starting with a little Alice in Chains.
Yeah, cheers to that,
I
right?
suspect this will probably be a good night, especially for Carlos and Heather.
Oh, come on. There's other people in this chat that know this song, maybe.
That's true, but
Yeah.
those two in particular, I think a lot of the choices tonight will be interesting for them.
Yeah.
So how's everybody doing?
Everybody's doing really good.
Great.
All the favorites and you know, the, what do you want to call the regulars?
Yes, the regulars.
The regular
The wanderers, as it were.
Ooh, Monday night. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Everybody's good. Everybody
Great.
says hello. Everybody says hi in chat.
Great.
Yeah, so how was everybody's weekend? How was everybody's week? We had a pretty full weekend,
We did.
Jeremy and I.
For it not being a festival weekend.
Yeah.
Um,
We had a lot to do.
yeah, we have a lot to talk about.
Yeah. What do
as
you
the-
do you have another song?
I do.
Yeah.
There's an army on the dance floor. It's a fashion with a gun, my love. In a room without a door, kisses not enough. Put us on the railroad, they daily make us pay. Laughing in their faces, making it our way. Love my way, it's a new road. That, of course, is Love My Way by the Psychedelic Furs. If you don't know them, I think a lot of people that know them because they were in a ton of movies in the mid and early 80s. But if you actually listen, a lot of their lyrics have held up remarkably well. And they have stayed touring off and on since they got together in like 1978. So you should check them out if you don't already know who they are.
It's vintage music.
It really is.
And it's really good still. It's like one of those things that still holds up.
Well,
there's more than one thing, but that one, I love that.
It is a good one.
Yeah. Hey, Carlos is planning on being at Robin Hood's fair, and Matt is too, so we're going to get to hang out.
I'm excited about that. So that's a great segue. We are going to be at Robin Hood's fair. This weekend. So, and when I say we, I mean not just Lori and I, but Jordan Cavalier will be there with his nickel harpa.
Harpa.
We have a lot of really great music for you all, and I know we're going to have some merch. We will definitely have brand new enamel pins and some really cool holographic stickers for sale.
The stickers are really cool.
So
cool. Yeah,
so we're really excited that we get a chance to hang out with Matt and Carlos and Jaden, and it'll be. I think this is going to be a really good weekend. It'll probably be a little cooler in Connecticut than it's supposed to be here, so wishful thinking is a beautiful thing.
Yeah, we're like right in the heat wave. Like summer's coming, and it's like it's 90. It was like 98 degrees today here or something like that.
Was it really?
Yeah, but I still sat outside for lunch because you have to sit outside in the sun and bake a little. It's okay.
Yeah, I went on a hike today. It wasn't terribly long. So, but it was nice to get out in the woods today.
So, Judah says, I must be vintage then, as I know that song.
Well,
we're kind of vintage too in a good way. I meant that in a good way.
Speaking of vintage, and also from your part of the world, Judith, this is another 80s favorite of mine from one of my very favorite albums. I have been a fan of Dead Can Dance for most of my life, but if I'm honest, Within the Realm of a Dying Sun is my all-time favorite of their albums. Like, I'll listen to the whole thing all the way through. It's a gem of a record. It's only like 38 minutes long, which interestingly, my favorite NXS album is also 38 minutes long and also pretty much perfect. But I'm not playing any NXS tonight. To find at least one sign that could reveal the true dimensions of life, lest we forget. And maybe it's easier to withdraw from life Dead Can Dance from Within the Realm of a Dying Sun. I cannot recommend this album enough. Even if you don't think you like quote-unquote goth music, if you like early music, they will probably be something that you will like. The instrumentation should sound fairly familiar to early music fans.
I could see that. That is an album where it's like a listen all the way through.
It really is.
Yeah, and I love albums like that where you can just put it on and you're like, you don't feel like you have to skip anything.
No, that is definitely one of those.
Yeah, because sometimes there's a song where you're like, eh. But there are plenty of albums out there where you just is like a whole listen through. Like, you're just like, yeah.
So, friends at home, this is probably a good time. Let us know what your favorite albums are, or your albums that you listen all the way through every time. Yeah. I'm interested to hear what y'all can't stop playing once you start.
Yeah, is there like something you put on in the car or on your, I don't know how you're listening these days. What are people, what's the media? I still have a CD player in my car, and I still don't have like Spotify or anything because I'm kind of old school. Sometimes I still listen to the radio.
Honestly,
like public radio.
I've been pretty surprised how much stuff in my collection still doesn't show up on Spotify. Mm-hmm. But, you know, if any of you have in the past or currently are into kind of niche media or like genres, some of that stuff only came out in limited runs, and I don't know if the bands think it's even worth it to like pay for digital distribution. Yeah. Which is kind of a drag because there's a lot of really good stuff that's not posted. So anyway, we would love to hear what your favorite albums are, or rather the albums that you listen all the way through.
Yeah. Do you want to guess one of Carlos's?
One of Carlos's?
Yeah.
Ooh. Well,
you've been listening to it. You've been listening to it recently.
I've been listening to it recently. That doesn't help me. I listen to music all day.
More recently, you've been learning to play things.
Master of Puppets?
Yep, that's it. Good.
That
ding,
is
ding.
A great one.
Look at us playing
Carlos.
charades over here.
Yeah. That's probably another one that I have a hard time stopping past a certain point.
He just keeps going. It's pretty good.
I mean,
thank you for sharing, Carlos. You're
this
amazing.
Is the content I come to love and expect from Carlos.
Oh, is Mad World on the list tonight by any chance?
It could be.
Okay, there's a request for that if you're feeling up for it.
I mean, yeah, I can do that.
Children waiting for the day they feel good.
That's a good one.
Tears for Fears.
Yeah, Tears for Fears. The vocal range. If you like separate their vocals, there's plenty of like videos out there.
There's really gorgeous tight harmonies.
Yeah,
if
yeah.
you like gorgeous tight harmonies,
Yeah.
check out Tears for Fears.
Oh my gosh.
Another band who's still touring.
Yeah, and still good. Still good.
Yeah. Well, we should probably talk a little about some of the cool stuff that happened over the weekend.
Yeah, lots of cool things happened, didn't it?
Yeah, it was, as we said, a pretty full weekend for a weekend that we didn't have a festival to perform at. So, and because of the work that we had this weekend, we couldn't go to a festival this weekend. So Friday night, we played at American Bar and Grill, opening up for our friends Brombones and Sherwin. And it was pretty cool. It was interesting to see if like alternative folk works in a punk rock environment. And I'd say that we got proof of concept. So the band, as it was Marshall Fisher on drums, that some of you recognize from, being on the live stream a few times in a couple different groups. And if you got to go to Pennsylvania Ren Fair last year, he is the third part of Lemning, in addition to Jordan and I. But since Jordan couldn't come down this weekend, we had Luke Lee fill in with us on cello. So we had a blast. We saw so many friends. It was so great to see the folks come out, not just for like the headliner bands, but also for us. Thanks so much for coming to see us and hang out with us. Yeah, it was a good night. Nice full crowd. So yeah, always good to go to an A-Bag show because we see so many friends, so many people that we've gone to a lot of shows with at a lot of different venues, so many of our friends that we used to skate with. Yeah, it was almost like a little reunion. So that was really cool. That was Friday night. And so, of course, we got in relatively late Friday night, and I had a little bit of time to recoup energy in the morning. And then Grace and Luke came over, and we played a private party at the southern end of Lancaster County. And my God, we had a blast. So we played for 2 hours, and like it was a great spot. We were playing on a deck. The weather was perfect. It was like 80 degrees and sunny. There were a few white fluffy clouds that like we could see from the view of the backyard. And you know, it was a really fun crew. They had a lot of really fun questions about like Grace's hammered dulcimer and about some of the music that we played. And we just had a really great time. And then we hung out for a little while and ate, and I just got a chance to get to know some of the folks, which was a really good time. So, yeah. And then Sunday, Lori and I did a bit of an active rest and took like a 10-plus mile hike along the river. And it's a stretch of trail that neither of us has been on in a while. So it was nice to like get a chance to revisit like a section of trail we don't get to hang out on very much anymore. So yeah, it was a good weekend.
It was a good weekend. Gosh, it was just like so much fun. Oaken Raven said, "Isn't folk music also punk of its time and genre?" Because
yeah, there's a strong argument for that.
Ivy Slow Low is a rage against the establishment if I ever heard one.
You're not wrong. And,
yeah,
you know, if we're talking about, I'm pretty deliberate about the songs that I've picked. So, I mean, those of you who have been watching the show for a while, I hope that you see some intentionality. And I'm picking a lot of the songs that I pick because of that. I mean, Ivy Slow Low is really fun, especially the way that we play it. But yeah, all year long we work for just a few pennies, and in just a short time it's all gone. that feels very real to a lot of us right now. And I mean, We Be is, basically a song about a group of vets who came home from the war and they don't have anything to show for it except memories and stories. And hopefully somebody will buy them a drink at the bar. And that's, I think that's still pretty real. There are a lot of people that are happy to send our troops into a combat zone, but then nobody wants to pay to give them good care at the VA or help them reacclimate to society after being at a war front for a while. So I feel like those songs, they still have so much resonance because there's something in our shared humanity about that. And yeah, I mean, even in more modern times, I mean, Woody Guthrie got himself blackballed because he was basically doing a public outcry against the establishment. And kind of like the toxicity that can be inherent in capitalism when greedy bastards aren't checked. So, yeah. Yeah, folk music is, I would say punk is very much in the folk tradition, especially punk as related to the 1970s in England, where whatever else they were doing, the folks that were starting the punk movement then were trying to claim music back and make it something that common folk could play. So, yeah, right on.
In case you were wondering, Carlos is still dropping albums in the chat.
I'm not at all surprised. I hope.
And I'm yes. But honestly, for me, he dropped the Beatles, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Band. But I'm a White Album person, to be honest.
That's tough.
I know. There's so many Beatles, but that was the one that kind of was an eye opener for me. I don't know. I mean, I like all the other ones, don't get me wrong, but I think that's the one that was oh.
I don't know.
I know.
Revolver?
Yeah.
I love Revolver. I love Let It Be. Mm-hmm. I mean, for all the stuff those guys were going through for the making of that, that's an incredible goodbye. Mm-hmm. And I'll always have a place in my heart for Abbey Road, too.
Yeah. So. Also, Ellie's here, but she's over on YouTube just hanging out. And she's just finding out that you and I met at a skateboard park.
Oh, yeah, that happened.
So now you know our story.
Yeah, exciting backstory from our adventuring days.
Adventuring days.
Yeah, so I'll say hi to Catherine as well, because I know that a lot of the time she's usually watching with Ellie. And hope you guys are doing all right. So, what else
we got on this list?
Since we're talking about a lot of 80s stuff.
Yeah.
And we're talking about albums that I listened to all the way through. Revolution by The Cult.
Cheers. Cheers. I gave Ellie a +5 on her knowledge checks.
Cool. I'm here for it.
Hey, we're traveling this weekend.
We are.
We're going away.
Yeah, off to magical Connecticut land to play at Robin Hood's Medieval Fair. We're really excited to go back. Looking forward to being reunited with old friends like Matt and Carlos and Jaden, but also I hope Chris and Ginny are watching, and I hope to see the two of you there. Our good friend Bear. I'm hoping there's going to be some delightful lemon ginger cookies with our names on them.
Yeah, if you're not going to be there, you can still pick up like the digital album, right?
Oh yeah,
album.
you can order the new Lemning record now. Actually, well, maybe wait till the end of the show, but we're real proud of it. Lori's posting the link. Maybe click on the browser, but hang out here for a little while more. There's 9 songs on it. 3 of them are 3 are originals, and then the other 6 are all Ren Fair favorites. Some of which have been out of regular rotation for a little while, but we're hoping to reintroduce them into the regular repertoire for folk again. So I feel pretty good. Like the album has pretty good energy, and it's I think really beautiful. Vid did a wonderful job mixing Marshall and Jordan and I so that we sound as good as we possibly can. And if you get to see the 3 of us, hopefully that will be fairly demonstrative of the sound that you will hear. So I'm playing my PRS tonight because I haven't played this very much lately. I took it to Tom Grant, who is a local luthier here in the Lancaster area, and he fixed up my frets and sorted a couple things that were not right out with the neck, made a new new nut and a new saddle for me, and it plays better than it has in a really long time. So that's I feel really good about that. So it's nice to get a chance to be reacquainted with an old friend who has basically been standing by since I got the nice Taylor 12-string in Arizona. So this poor guitar has been sitting unplayed, but for a few songs here and there since February. So, yeah. Anything else that I'm forgetting?
No.
All right.
Nope. Onward. Forward.
Into You by Mazzy Star.
That's a pretty good album all the way through too.
Uh-huh.
Now that we're thinking about it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
What else you got?
so as some of you can maybe piece together from the playlist that I put together tonight, I am fairly musically omnivorous. And there are a lot of bands that I think are the same way in terms of like having a very wide range of like aesthetic interests, both what they listen to and what they release. And one of the most interesting bands that often has a dichotomy is Opeth, which got a reputation as being an extreme metal band in Sweden, and then they released Blackwater Park, which still has a lot of extreme metal moments, but also has some very gorgeous acoustic songs as well. And since that album, that's always been the interplay. So this next song comes from Blackwater Park, which is like 22 years old, 21 years old. Well, friends, it is with some regret. Well, I'll back up. I'm really happy that in 2 weeks' time, I will be making the trip to the West Virginia Renaissance Festival, and I get to play with Vid Wegner. So I don't know who of you are able or nearby or interested in making the journey, but I would love to see you there. West Virginia Renaissance Festival is gorgeous and charming, and it looks like they've made a lot of additions since the last time I was there. So I'm really excited to get back. I didn't get to go at all last year, and this is the first time I'm there as like fully myself, as an independent act. So I'm really excited for a number of reasons, not least of which I get to play with Vid. And a bunch of our friends are there. So the Rambling Sailors, Theater of Fools, Hey Nunny Nunny, The Green Man. I'm really excited. So anyway, hope to see you there too. So I get to go a little north, and then I get to go a little south. And, well, I can also announce that on Friday, July 5th, Jordan and I will be playing... No, Friday, the 5th. We're playing in York, Pennsylvania at Trinity UCC. We're actually playing outside during a First Friday event. And so that event is completely free. We will be playing from 5 to 7, and we will have a little bit of merch with us, and we'll probably play a bunch of the stuff you would expect us to hear at a festival. So if you're local, we hope you will show up, because for most of us Lancaster folk, that's a quick jaunt over the river. And should be a really nice time. I'm guessing York will have other galleries and some other music and some other things to see other than just us, but we hope you will come and hang out with Jordan and I for at least a little while. And then the next day, we will be at Artifice Ales and Mead in Manheim, Pennsylvania, to celebrate the release of our debut album. So that'll be Saturday, July 6th from 7 to 9. And we will have actual physical copies of our debut CD. We'll hopefully still have some pins and stickers to sell, but we're really looking forward to it. So it's always a great time hanging out at Artifice, and we're looking forward to getting a chance to see all of you on that night. So lots of opportunities to come and see me play around the East Coast over the next few weeks. And then it's going to be quiet for a lot of July. So I guess I can probably say that I plan on recording another album during July. I have the tracks all pretty much ready. I just need to get everything recorded. And then it'll be getting that to Vid to get mixed and the whole thing. But right now we have a Lemning album we really want you to hear. So go forth and download.
Forth and download. I should post the link to that.
Yeah, we are
That would be
super
good.
proud of
Yeah.
the work that we did. So
The album is good.
hopefully we'll see you somewhere over the next few weeks. So friends, thank you so much for tuning in. Yes, this is the part of the program where I have good news and bad news. Of course, you know the bad news already. There is only time for one more song. And by extension, most of you already know what the good news is. We have time for one more song.
Yay!
So thanks again for hanging out with us. We're really excited that we will get to see some of you in real life for the first time in a while this weekend. So really looking forward to that. But for now... And my wings are burning, but I've learned Friends, thanks for hanging out with us this Monday night. It's always lovely to see you all and catch up a little bit. Really excited to get a chance to check in with some of you in actual real life over the next few weeks. So safe travels, everybody. And until next week, love you all. Good night.